People always say to grow on Twitch, you need to stand out because there are millions of other content creators out there, but no one tells you how to stand out. I am going to tell you how you can stand out today. Hey guys, how you going? Metal here. So it's true, there are millions of people out there that are doing the exact same thing that you're doing, and people say if you want to grow, you need to stand out. You need to look different from everybody else that's out there, because otherwise you're just going to get lost in the sea of content creators. But today I'm going to show you a few examples of things that you might want to have a go at to make you stand out on Twitch. For some context here, I have an average viewership of 57 for the month of December alone. And that growth has come pretty much exclusively from Twitch. I only have 450-ish subscribers on YouTube. I'm not big on Twitter or TikTok or anything like that. So almost exclusively on Twitch. But I think I have a few examples of what I do that make me stand out from the rest. And you can use some of these examples too to stand out from those other people that you're competing against. These are going to be great for new streamers, particularly new affiliates, and how you can get some growth on Twitch. But anyone that's even a little bit bigger than me might still get some useful tips here as well. Okay, I'm going to start with something simple here, something you can do straight away, and that is to use eye-catching stream titles. Now, on Twitch, you get 36 characters that can immediately be seen, and then after that, it has ... So the rest of that can't be seen when someone new is browsing through the games. So you want to grab someone's attention in those 36 characters. Now, you can do that especially by using puns, because everyone loves a great pun, or they might hate the puns and want to come complain to you about it. You can use jokes, you can ask questions of your audience, anything that's going to say, I want to check that out a little bit more. All you have to do is to get them to click on your stream, and then hopefully the content in your stream can get them staying a little bit longer until you can engage them enough to want to stay in your stream for a while. Depending on what you're doing in your stream that day, it's very easy to Google some puns and find something related to what you're doing at the moment. So I'm a Pokemon shiny hunter, so I try to get a lot of puns that are related to the hunt that I'm doing, or the particular Pokemon that I'm hunting, or where I'm hunting them, something like that. But you can go and find a myriad of options and jokes and things like that you can easily incorporate into your stream titles just on Google. If you're doing something really difficult, say it in your stream title. If you're doing something that you are top tier level at, make sure you say it in your stream title, because people are going to gravitate to those sorts of titles and those sorts of streamers. If I'm on a really, really long hunt for my particular Pokemon, I'm going to put that in the stream title, because people are saying, oh, he's on this for a long time. The reaction is going to be even better compared to someone that's only just starting their hunt. I want to be there when that person finally gets their shiny Pokemon. Use these to your advantage and you'll come with a great stream title that is engaging and make people want to come to your stream. Okay, number 2 is to care about your community. This should be a bit of a given, but we want to go that extra mile to really stand out. If someone comes into your chat one day and says they're not feeling well, or a family member's going through a bit of strife, or oh, I've got an exam coming up, make sure you ask about them later on. Ask them the next time they come in, hey, you feeling okay? How was your exam the other day? Did you nail it, or are you at least glad that it's over? Those sorts of things are going to get people engaged because it shows that you care about them. There's been a number of times where I've got a DM after stream and someone said, hey, thanks for checking up on me. I really appreciate that. Thanks for asking how I went. It was really nice of you. It's happened more than once and it shows people that you care. It's really important that you're genuine. You actually care about those people. It's really important that you're not just being fake and putting it on, because people will be able to notice that and they're going to immediately leave because you're not being a genuine streamer. I try to do this all the time because I absolutely love my community, and you should too. I mean, I wouldn't be here where I am now streaming to the people that I do if those people weren't coming in. It's a great way to show gratitude to those people. Hey, I'm always looking to grow my community though, and there's room for you in there too. So make sure you check me out at twitch.tv/metal34, where I stream 6 days a week. And if you're liking the video at the moment, make sure you subscribe for more content like this. And I would love it if you could give it a like. That would mean a lot. Thank you. Okay, next tip, keep it fresh. Do some kind of celebratory stream every now and then. Celebrate your birthday, celebrate your cat's birthday. Mine's chilling up there at the moment. Do something special. Celebrate when you hit a certain amount of followers or subscribers. Celebrate, you know, the end of the year, something like that. Celebrate something. People are going to come in. People love to join and participate in the hype. Then you're going to get more viewers, more people are going to see your stream because they just love to be there. When you're all excited as well, they want to get excited with you. Maybe it's just because I shiny hunt Pokemon and we definitely need to break the mold sometimes, but I've started doing some tier lists on stream just to break things up for 10 minutes. It gets chat involved, they get to participate as well, and it's been really interactive, which has been great, but just breaks it up for a little bit. Boy, what the fuck? Wait, don't tell me you guys like Froakie. Something that I like to do is just put in a cheeky drinking stream every now and then. I know that's not for everyone, which is fine, but it just breaks things up a bit. It's like, hey, we're going to just celebrate, have a couple of drinks tonight. You got to do something to break the mold. You can't just sit down and play the same game over and over again. The people that are coming to your stream may get bored of that unless something is different. And then it also gives people something to look forward to as well. If I say, okay, next week, this is what I'm doing, people are like, okay, cool, I'm going to be there for that. Okay, the next way to stand out is to use your channel points. Now, I made a video on this last week, which you can check up here, but I'm also going to put it in the description below. So make sure you check that out. There's plenty of examples so you can stand out, and it's a great use of your channel points to get the chat interacting with you as a streamer. One of my favorite examples is spinning the wheel, so have a look at that. Okay, the next tip is to be educational. Give tips, answer questions. You might want to do a bit of a run through about what you're doing at the moment, because new people that might come in might ask questions, might not know what you're doing, but if you're helping them out, even without meaning to, just explaining what you're doing, that's really going to help to answer their questions, and they're going to come to you for further advice, further questions, and it gives you something to talk about as well, which is always a good idea. Okay, the next tip is really important, but I think something that a lot of people don't do, and that's to watch others. Have a look at what people are doing and see what you like and don't like about those streams. Go have a look at your followers. Who are the people that you follow and spend the most time in? Why do you go to them? Are they someone that's really entertaining, or have they got really great gameplay that you can try to mirror? What can you do that's like them? Obviously, I don't want you copying somebody else's channel. You want to create your own and you want to stand out. But sometimes little tips here and there, you can grab little ideas, and that's going to help you to how you can improve your stream. I'm going to give you a couple of examples that you can copy or do something similar to if you want later on the video. And along that same line, make sure you watch through your own VODs. Sometimes you'll be able to see, okay, maybe here I was disengaging from my own stream. So of course, if you're disengaging, other people are going to disengage as well. It's also a great idea to check, make sure your volume, your microphone, your music, everything like that is working together nicely. So it's a great idea to go through your VODs. I don't do it every time, but every now and then I'll just, when I've got a spare 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just have a bit of a look at my VOD last time, or okay, stream last night was a bit quiet. Why? Stream last night was popping. What was going on? Okay. Usually it's because I was a little bit more excited, or I had a bit more personality that night. Rather than sometimes, you know, I might come home from work, I might be a bit tired. I can tell already, okay, I'm a little bit drained today. And that usually reflects in the stream as well. So it's really important to look through those, and you can notice those sort of patterns about when your streams are going really well, when they're not going so well. Next tip. Care about your layout. Some people have really minimalistic layouts, and that's fine, but if you have something that's a bit more expansive, make sure your layouts are clean, your webcam is as best quality as it can be, your microphone's sounding good, do lots of tests, make sure you watch your VODs. Those sorts of things are going to show you so you can perfect your stream as much as you can using your own gear, and make your stream as eye-catching as it can, just from people's first impressions straight away. They click on your stream, what did they see? What did they hear? You want to make sure that you're doing the best that you can using the abilities and using the gear that you have. I'm not saying go out and buy the best gear that you can. There's lots you can do with a very small price tag. There's plenty of free filters and different add-ons and stuff that you can use to improve the quality of your webcam, to improve the quality of your microphone. Make sure you look up and you look for those. If that's something that you want me to make a video on in the future, let me know in the comments down below, and I can definitely do that for you, because I've used those for a long time before I upgraded my own equipment. Okay, let's go through a couple of examples that I've used before, I've seen other people use. It might get the creative juices flowing in your mind and say, okay, this is something I can do. I can adapt that a little bit, and you can input that into your stream and you can stand out. Okay, something I've had a lot of comments on in the past, and I've used this pretty much from the start of my stream, and that is my hype train. My hype train is not a normal hype train, and hype trains are very important, not just because, yay, money and subs, but also because if you get a hype train on your stream, you go onto the front page of Twitch for that hype train, and that gives you lots of time that you can reach a broader audience that you wouldn't normally reach. So I do something with my hype train to try to extend as long as I can, but also those people that just come in during a hype train, there's something amazing that's happening. It's not just something that you see on the chat box and say, okay, there's a hype train at the moment, it's on this level. They see something on the stream. Just a fair warning, there's a little bit of swearing in this though. All aboard! Let's fucking go! And let's turn the chill vibes off. If you want to see my entire hype train video, I have put it on my YouTube channel, so I'll put the link to that also in the description below for you. Now that hype train is very memorable. I've had people and other streamers comment on it before. I've gone to someone's stream and they say, oh, Metal, I was in your stream the other day and I saw your hype train. I loved it. And then they're talking about my hype train in their own stream. That's happened a couple of times actually. So it grabs people's attention and it's very, very memorable. And all of a sudden you're standing out from everybody else that just does something normal. What I also love about that particular example is that it's special. You're not going to see that all the time and then people get bored of it. People are always looking forward to that. People want to get hype trains anyway just to support the streamer. If you can make that little bit more special, then it just makes it more exciting for everybody. There's a fellow Pokemon streamer I know that streams with a life-size cutout of Danny DeVito that's always hanging in the background, and sometimes he puts a hat on him as well. Now that's a little bit out there, but the amount of conversation that people brew about that is awesome. People are always asking what's going on with Danny DeVito, how's he going today, this and that. It's something that definitely stands out. I've also seen a number of people that have a lot going on in the background. I just have plushies, so nothing too exciting, but people have some really interesting things going on in the background and you can use that to your advantage. That's going to spark a conversation. It's a bit gimmicky, it's a bit silly, but if your main goal is to get people interested in your stream, that's a great way to start it. It also gets some people that may be a bit nervous to come in. That's their entrance. That's how they can come in and say, hi, I'm new to the stream. What's going on back there? Okay, my last tip is probably the hardest one to do, but I'll do my best to help you out, so don't worry. What some people have is an X factor. You hear that all the time. They have the X factor. They're something that's going on that's making them stand out. And what you can do is you can use humor, you can use craziness, you might have some chill vibes going on. Something's gonna make you stand out that is just gonna make it so people are naturally drawn towards you. Now think of some big streamers. Think of Ludwig, he's hilarious. People are drawn to that. Think of people like Summit or Shroud. They're awesome at the games that they play. It doesn't matter what they're doing on their camera, their gameplay is gonna shine through because that's what people are drawn to. That's their X factor. There's a reason people like Ludwig and Mizkiv and Moon are huge. There's a reason why people like Summit and Shroud and Nick Merckx and Tim the Tapman, there's a reason they're huge as well. They're standing out because they have that X factor. People can't help but go and watch them. People can't help but be drawn in to what they're doing at the moment. But Metal, I don't have the X factor. I can't do that. No, you can't, but that is fine. Not everyone has something innate about them that makes them stand out like that. But something you do have that is unique to you are your personal stories. There's a lot of personal stories that I've been able to tell my stream that I love. Now, I'm a primary school teacher, so I have endless stories. Every single day there's something going on. I can say about, oh, my kids did this, or I was going on school camp or excursion and this happened. There's lots of stories that can go on. And this is unique to me and my stream. I can always tell those stories. My chat can count on something crazy going on and say, oh, Metal, what happened at school today? What happened when you did this? But you can tell those stories once and people think, okay, that's it. But that's not true. You can retell your stories over and over again, especially if you're a small streamer. You might tell a story to 2, 3, 4 viewers one day. If you tell that story 2 weeks later, either one, they're not going to be there, or there's going to be new people to see it, or two, they've been to your stream for 2 weeks consistently now. They probably don't care to hear that story again. They probably love hearing that story again. And what you can also do is make sure that maybe you can pepper in something different. Maybe I missed a small detail this time, or maybe I'm going to exaggerate this part over here. Keep telling those stories, not, every day on repeat, but make sure you keep telling those stories because people are going to engage with you and people love making that personal connection with you as well. If you're saying, this is what happened to me and my life, they're going to be connected to you as a streamer, and that's going to make you separate from those people that are the huge streamers that people can't have that personal connection with. Personal connection is really important, especially if you're a small streamer. Tell those stories again and again and again. I tell my chat all the time, I know I told this story a little while ago, but blah, 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 this is what happened. I know I said this, about a month ago, but I forgot to add, we did this and here's the story about what happened. Every single time there's someone new that hasn't heard that story before. Which is great, because I've had people in my chat say, hey Metal, can you tell this story again? Or hey Metal, remember when this happened? Hey Metal, tell this one again. It's like you're an awesome storyteller. You're a grandpa and your grandson's sitting on your knees saying, hey grandpa, tell us that story again. That's what it's like. I feel like I've just got this audience encapsulated in what I'm telling them, even if they've heard it before. Let them hear it again. They love it. Other people are going to hear it for the first time and eventually they'll love it and hear it multiple times as well. It's fine. Tell those stories because that's going to make you stand out and it's going to be unique to your stream. No one can copy those stories. Sometime off stream, you might want to have a bit of a think, okay, what are these important stories, or what's this important moment in my life, or this thing happened one time, how could I make that engaging for the viewer, what's going to keep their attention on listening to my story that I'm telling while I'm also playing the game. Do a little bit of planning. It'll go a long way. And I know that is helpful because I've had someone come into my chat and said, hey, Metal, what can I do? I gave them that exact tip. They went and they did it. They came back and said, Metal, that was great. Everyone loved the story. I'm going to tell it again in a couple of weeks if something naturally comes up about it. It's perfect. It works. Use it. I hope these tips were helpful. I would love to hear about some of the stories that you've come up with that you've told on stream down in the comments below. If you haven't, that's your planning. You can then tell that on your stream. You can check out some of my personal stories at my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/metalfear4, and I'll link to that down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't before. Make sure you hit that like button, comment down below, let me hear it, and I'll see you in the next one, guys.